Good morning and welcome to the Weekly Insights with John Plassard. The number of the week, 4. A few days before the American presidential election, I'm focusing on 4 market scenarios after November 3rd. Scenario 1. Joe Biden becomes the 46th president of the United States and also wins the Senate. While many investors say they fear the impact of a blue wave on stock market indexes due to the expected higher taxes and greater regulation, the opposite could perhaps happen. First of all, because of the restoration of a certain calm at the American political level, but also at the geopolitical level. Second, it is unlikely that Joe Biden will implement a tax increase in the midst of the second wave of the coronavirus. He might even wait until the midterms election in 2022 to act. Historically, Democrats have always had trouble motivating voters in midterms election. Finally, even if tax reform were to be implemented, it is likely that new taxes and regulations will be offset by incentive for consumption and investment. Likely winner will be renewable energy, high-tech industry, electrical vehicle and banks because of the yield increase. Likely loser, health insurance, large-cap technology, for-profit education and media. Scenario 2. Joe Biden becomes the new president with the Republican Senate. If the Republicans were to retain the Senate, it is very likely that they would block further stimulus under a Democratic presidency, which would be detrimental to economic growth, corporate profit, and financial markets. However, the Fed may take further stimulus measures. Political parties have historically used obstructionist tactics when they were not in power to thwart the legislation. One example is the fiscal austerity between 2012 and 2015 as a major reason for the slow economic recovery. In this scenario, investors must prepare for lower return and greater volatility. They should then focus on liquidity, buying high-quality treasuries bills and corporate bonds. Scenario 3. Vote recount. This is the scenario feared by investors. Just as in 2000, during the recount of the votes between Al Gore and George Bush, the S&P 500 will have fallen by nearly 5% at its lowest point before stabilizing. We will also see the fall of the dollar and the rise of gold. In such a case, any drop in the market during a contested election should be threatened as an opportunity to buy risky assets and sell volatility. And finally, scenario 4. Donald Trump stays president with the Democratic Senate. It is the status quo that should prevail with, in the short term, very volatility, strong social protest, and the impossibility for Donald Trump to agree on any fundamental issue with the Democratic House and/or Democratic Senate. The winners in such a scenario could be technology, consumer discretionary, large cap, and investment-grade bonds. Thank you, have a great week, and don't forget Wednesday morning CET time 8:30 live on YouTube, we will comment the presidential election. Keep on winning and read my morning.